So we are going to do another Abyss discussion. I might change the name from Abyss Review to Discussion because I like the discussion part, talking about why these teams work, why people have chosen these teams, and we're going to get to some where maybe the teams don't work as well as they could. So I think I might be using this, might start using the word Abyss Discussion, right? Anyway, this is going to be Akio. Akio is in the Discord server, and I have to show you the thumbnail that he brought up for this video. Let me open that real quick. So as you can see here, this is what he decided to do. He decided to make this the thumbnail. Thank you, Akio. I am not wearing the same shirt, however. Sorry to disappoint there. Speaking of the Discord, if you want me to talk about your Abyss run in a constructive, positive manner, I will try my best to stay positive. I'm not a dispositive person. Anyway, here on the Discord, you can post a link here in the Abyss Review video section of Discord, and I will open it and I will look at it and we will do a video. Again, these are also like my first time watching these. I have never watched any of these. I want it to be a genuine response. So if you want to submit it, do be sure to check out the Discord. Now, let's watch this run from Akio. Akio, real quick. Information on Akio. He is a Cloud Retainer main, a DPS on-field damage Cloud Retainer main. So we are running Cloud Retainer, Faruzan, C6, I'm going to assume, Bennett, C5 or C6, I'm going to assume, and Farina. Now, Bennett and Farina together make a phenomenal team because Bennett buffs attack and heals. Farina wants the healing, likes the ability for Bennett to heal because she's going to drain HP. And then, of course, we have how her fanfare stacks with having a healer. Also, Cloud Retainer heals. So we're getting double the fanfare points accumulation for Farina to buff the rest of the team. So if you are running a character like I want to run, Dia, Bennett, Farina, and Cloud Retainer. That is like my dream team for Dia. I don't have Cloud Retainer though. But that combination for a plunge DPS, you take out Dia and put anybody else in, phenomenal. Great, let's get into this. All right, so we have, of course, starting with Farina on that summon, I think it was 3,000. Rewind. 3,600, 405. I'm going to assume that that was not a crit. Interesting that you did a normal attack. What was that? 6,495. Okay. Going in to use her burst to start the fanfare point accumulation. Now we're going to start wanting to run through all of our healers to get the fanfare point accumulation. I'm assuming, if I had to guess, we're now going to go to Benny, drop Benny's burst, then we're going to go into Faruzan, drop Faruzan's burst. Akio, are you running, I would assume that your Faruzan has to be C6. Are you running 4-piece tenacity? Put that down in the comments, what set your Faruzan is running. I'm going to assume Noblesse on Benny and Golden Troop on Farina. So, like I was saying, we're going to be using Farina's burst. I'm going to assume going into Benny's to drop his burst next to start the healing and start the fanfare point accumulation, as well as the buffing. Faruzan burst to start her buff, then go into Cloud Retainer and probably do plunge Cloud Retainer. So we got Benny. Oh no, okay, interesting. So you are doing her first. Geez, 24,000 on the and 23,000 of the use of her skill. So maybe you're not doing tenacity. I want to know why you're doing this specific rotation, Akio. I'd love to know why you're doing this specific rotation. Okay, so on Benny's drop of the burst, we got 19,443. Now we're starting to see some Farina damage, 20,992. Pretty good. That's only going to go up now that we are starting the healing of the fanfare points. That was nice. 8,565. And what was that on the skill use? Okay, so going to Cloud Retainer, using her burst, 40,000. I saw a 40,000 there. We're going to rewatch that again. 40,000, then 13,000. Nice, got the swirl, got the vape. 9,000 on one of the jumps. Now we're going to see how much this freaking plunge is going to do. Holy hell. Hang on, we're going to go. Okay, there we go. 299,363. I understand why you're running an on-field damage dealing Cloud Retainer now. Is that a 300,000 here? From Farina that I missed. Okay, so we got 29,363, 183,396, and then another looks like 288,000 coming in. 33,000 on the jump up. No, it's 3,000. And then 11,000. We have an 11,000 right over here. 16,000 on Farina's. We got a 211,055 and 82,000, and I'm kind of blocking, 82,272. 46,520 it looks like over here on the non-crit. Akia, what set are you running on Cloud Retainer as well? Put that down bottom. Okay, now it looks like we're going to have a 344,000. So that might have been one. That might have been a 300,000 that I thought I saw earlier. So 196,273, 215,900 it looks like, and then 344,096 is what I'm expecting. Gosh, all the numbers are overlaid so much. Okay, so then we got 176,000, 281,000. Geez, you're hitting a ton in here. 100, yep. Let's see what this final one is. 47,000. Okay, so now you're on the Gale one, which is not going to be as easy to take down with Animo. So yeah, we had 193,826 right there. And then a 101,000, 10,184. So as you can see, doing this whole thing. So as you can see with this, anytime you have a party-wide healer, coupled with Farina Fanfare stack is phenomenal. We talked about Noelle in the last one of Cyan's video. Cloud Retainer also does a really good amount of healing party-wide. So with all of this stuff stacking up, getting the overflow healing onto Farina and allowing it to heal your other characters, you can stack up a ton of Fanfare points. And that's just a ton of damage. I still want to know, Akia, why you're doing this specific rotation. I mean, obviously it's working. Obviously it's working. But I want to know why you're doing this specific rotation. Okay, yeah, we got Farina summoning, like I said. We got her using her burst. And then I thought that you were going to go into Bennett, then Faruzan, then Cloud Retainer. And skipping Faruzan's use of her skills. So I'm very interested to know. Because you went from Farina to Benny, did a normal attack followed by a skill, immediately swapping into Faruzan. So you didn't drop his burst yet like I thought you were going to. Going into Faruzan, using her skill, and then doing both of her, and then doing her burst to give herself a buff, and then doing both of her shots. Is that just like added extra damage, or what? Because I'm very, very curious on that. We used both. You used both of your pressurized collapses to hit the enemy with before we ever got into Cloud Retainer. Then into Benny, dropped the burst like I was expecting to do beforehand. Getting hit. Going straight into Cloud Retainer using her burst. And then using her skill after using her burst, which I never thought about doing that because of course you're getting the plunge damage bonus based from the skill to jump higher. And then you're using her skill again. 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 So she must get, whenever she's doing, I don't have Cloud Retainer. I've not played Cloud Retainer much. Whenever you are, and maybe Akio or somebody else in the comments can put it down below, when you have Cloud Retainer affected by her own burst, does she just have infinite use of skills? Is that a con? Or is that a passive? Or is that just part of the original built-in design of having her, right? I'm curious. If I were to guess, I would say it would have to be a constellation. Because there's no way. Because I feel like most characters that are designed something like Cloud Retainer, where they're typically designed to be a support or be a different kind of character, not an on-field damage dealing character, they block their on-field potential behind a constellation, right? Like C6 Noelle is great, but before that, she's really just like a shielder and a healer. Once you get C6, you start to unlock her actual potential of being an on-field damage dealer. Shiori, C1 is where you stop having to run her with another Geo Construct character. And I think it's C2, and it might be C6. One of Chiori's constellations makes her viable for an on-field Geo-infused Geo damage character. So I'm wondering, if I had to guess, that constellation would be locked behind a constellation. And I know that Akio has cons on his Cloud Retainer. I know he does. So just like, I don't know, rating 10 out of 10, this Cloud Retainer is insane. Running on-field Cloud Retainer is crazy. What was the thumbnail again? Am I actually going to say that phrase if I say that phrase? By accident? I didn't say she's crazy, I said she's insane. So, I win. Okay, so that is going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, or if you want to submit a video for a review discussion thing, do be sure to check out the Discord. Leave your questions down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.